Your investment is repaid and a profit is made equals Africa's success.
everybody to the Africa Investment Worldwide Roundtable as we're gearing up to meet for a soft launch hybrid in Las Vegas, Nevada, November 8th through 11th. And we're here today to talk about the benefactors about investing in Africa with our lead. This is the David Douglas Leadership Forum, who's putting on this amazing expo, and the LVS Africa, and a lot of partnerships. Before we waste any more time, I want to introduce everybody here, and with our lead, David Douglas. Dr. David Douglas, over to you, and welcome everybody. Today we will be talking about gas and oil in Africa and all of the wonderful investments and beneficial opportunities. Over to you, Dr. David, and thank you everybody for joining us. We have Alf, and we have Kojo, and Mona, and Manu, and Dr. Pauline. Thank you so much. Over to you, Dr. David. Oh, I can't hear you.
Thank you very much, Patty. It is a great honor and privilege for me to be connecting with all of you this afternoon from Africa. This is a great opportunity and an initiative which was created by the David Douglas Leadership Forum, as you have already said, LVS Africa and the Monjilo Associate. And the reason for creating this platform is to increase trade and investment to help mitigate and provide investors with market insight, financing opportunities, and solutions for strengthening business climate in Africa. So we thank everybody who is here with us today. It is a great honor to see you, Dr. Pauline, my very good friend, and other people who are connecting with us over here. Alf, thank you so much, connected from Germany, and my own chairman over here. Thank you, everybody, for making time to be here with us on this honorable platform.
And thank you so much for that. And today we're going to drill down, and we're going to talk a little bit about gas and oil. Kojo, would you like to take it away with that?
Good, thank you very much, Patty. I'll do exactly that. Once again, welcome everybody to the DDLF Africa Investment Expo, and which is scheduled to happen in Las Vegas from the 8th to 11th of November this year, 2023. We have a lot of investment opportunities in Africa, and we would like to encourage all our investors across the world to seize the opportunity to dialogue with us and see all the good things that we bring on board, and it will be extremely mutually beneficial. I'll run through some of the projects that we have, running from the energy sector through manufacturing, real estate, and mining and other sectors. So in the energy sector, we have a hybrid solar hydro renewable energy, 65 megawatts, 55 of that being solar and 10 megawatts being hydro, which is in the Bono region of Ghana. The project is in an advanced stage following the acquisition of land and completion of pre-feasibility studies and identification of potential off-takers of the power that will be generated. The project is looking for partners and EPC and F contractors who will provide the required financing, about $90 million US dollars. Possibly 80% of that can be in debt to complete the project. We expect average net income of about 5 million in the first 10 years each year, and thereafter about 8.5 million. And full repayment of the loan will be made by the 10th year. This project promises to have an internal rate of return of 8% and above. We also have in the thermal and again the solar energy area a repeatable energy generator in Ghana that seeks to expand its energy generation capacity by developing 5 major projects involving thermal about 582 megawatts and solar another 110 megawatts. The power that will be generated will have off-takers from the private sector players. The thermal component is an expansion of existing energy generation plants in 3 locations, while the solar is totally greenfield at 2 locations. This project is looking for about 670 million, and 540 of that will be used for the thermal, and 130 million will be used for the solar energy generation. It promises to have very high returns on investment.
So it sounds like they're ready to go. They're ready to go. And this information we can find on the Africa Investment expo.com. Again, you'll see all the information on the feed. But thank you for those details. And as you see, they're ready to go. They have the numbers. The projects are there. Let's do this. I'm going to pass it over now to Manu Seth. Manu Seth, thank you again for joining us here in the Worldwide Roundtable. Mike is yours. What would you like to share today about this?
So I would say greetings for the day to everyone, and I would say it's a very great platform which everyone can explore around. And the most important is that we're trying to bridge and create an opportunities which gives people the confidence about their investments. Because usually people are worried about how the projects are going to be, where are they heading, what is the securitization of their investments, and what are the kind of returns they are looking at. So to ensure that all that is covered and rounded up in a very holistic manner, I would really appreciate the kind of platform as an African Investment Expo platform that has been created by Mangello Associates and David Douglas Leadership Forum that brings the trust, confidence and faith on the various investors where they can explore variety of the projects. As even Kojo talked about the solar and thermal and the hydro projects. On the same lines, there are projects in the lines of energy, there are projects in the lines of mining, there are projects in the line of health and infrastructure, and variety of other projects on other segments. The most important is that how we should get the investor being attracted to this forum. Investors should feel secure. They feel that the projects are going on the right direction and they're being executed well. And there are certain short-term projects and long-term projects. So in a holistic manner, I would say it's a very great initiative, initiated in collaboration with Mangello Associates and DDLF, that sets the platform right for investing and exploring the investments in Africa as the continent.
Well said. And that's why we're doing these segments once a week, because there's just so much. There's so much. And I'm excited to keep on sharing. So I'm going to pass the mic over to Alf. Alf, tell us a little bit more about what's going on. Come on, let us know a little bit more what's going on with this Africa Investment Expo. It's exciting.
Hi, Patty. Hi, all. Thanks all for joining. And let's do business. Let's put it that way. This follows on the heels of a project that the government did for the Belt and Road Development Strategy, when they've built a $1.8 billion oil refinery in Tema with Centuel, sorrel.ghana.com, I think it is the website, and that's 1.8 billion that they've invested in Ghana already. It's about to go absolutely live, and we are running on the heels of that with other oil and gas, and as Kojo just said, with what's it called, with solar and stuff like that. So we can and we will provide you with the resources through LVS and David Douglas in order for you able to maneuver your way through And we'd like to take you on that opportunity with the hybrid meeting expo in Las Vegas between the 8th of November and 11th of November, where we'll have some people on the ground, and we'll also have people zooming in or meeting live via various media, e-media. And so you don't actually have to be there, but if you will be there, that will be even absolutely better. So please, we're open for business, and we're open to help you help yourselves and hit the ground running with your investments. And be assured that if someone puts that 1.8 billion onto the ground in Africa, they're expecting some money back. So you can too. Thanks.
That's right. That's right. Now we're going to go over to Mona, and this is where it gets good. This is where it gets good when it becomes a global investment. Mona, where are you coming in from, and tell us a little bit more about what we're doing here with the Africa Investment Expo.
Certainly, Patty. I've got something very exciting to share about the connection of my place where I come from. I'm from India, from a state called Gujarat. And the most fascinating aspect of this is that Gujarat and Africa have a great connection. Gujarat is the only second home to the Asiatic lion after Africa. And the place that our ancestors, they already did a lot of business in Africa. We had about decades of relationship where Gujaratis, people from my state, went to Africa, settled down there, and they run some of the most successful businesses today in construction, in sugar, and in many other areas also. So it's just a fascinating thing which I am sharing with you to let everybody know that Africa already has been a great partner to us. People have already benefited in a big way. So it's a great connection to have. And what we believe is that it's much easier to get into African market for small businesses who want to start off than getting into Europe or America. There are big companies from here that is in textiles which have already set up their manufacturing in Africa. The name is Arvind. Another one is a big pharma company called Cadila. They also have already set up their manufacturing there, which proves that it's a great destination to do business. And yes, by the way, the diamonds which are mined in Africa, they all come, the rough diamonds, they all come to Surat, which is a small city in my state, and they all get polished over there and they get exported for making into ornaments. So just wanted to say some of these fascinating things that we share in common. Thank you.
Well, it sounds like to me we're refining more than oil and gold. We're refining investment. And I love the conversation. We're going to go over now to Nevada, where the event will be held hybrid with Dr. Pauline. Dr. Pauline, how are you? And let us know, how are you feeling about this? This is just great stuff going on.
Thank you, Patty. I'm just awake here in Las Vegas, so it's very early in the morning here. I think this is very exciting, bringing the world together. I'm very into being a global citizen, but the issue for me is about education. So it's wonderful that we have all these businesses flowing together across the world, but we've got to make sure that we encourage the next generation to take the reins. And so I've been working with David Douglas on education with our young adults. And we want to make sure that they understand what the magic of Africa is. So that's what all I got to say is that the University of Entrepreneurship is working with Africa as well. And yeah, it'll be very exciting to have this hybrid conference here in Las Vegas and the world. So thank you, Patty.
Yes, and it will be the first of the next few years when everybody, God willing, can gather and celebrate. And it's just exciting to see this unfold. We're going to go over to India with Shankar. Shankar, let us know how you're feeling about this and where are you taking part in Africa investment?
Yeah, thank you, Thank you very much. It's once again, I resonate with everything Manu said and Mona said that we need to get. One is Mona's angle is so beautiful because it's connected to the cultural side, the understanding side, and we got a resonance with Africa and what we have been doing. We are tied in with Africa. It's like our Prime Minister is like a one heartbeat, and we resonate all that is happening in Africa, and we want to totally support it. And having said that, we've been in the pharma business, we've been in the textile business, the diamond business, which Mona spoke about. And so already the corridor is established. The difference that this particular summit makes is the technology side. With the world going forward, and all that technology is bringing to Africa, I think we need to look at Africa very focused and see which are the categorically clear investment opportunities, simply because Gujarat, being Gujarat, the entrepreneurial state of India, they have astute business people. And I agree with Manu saying that each of those opportunities, if we can get a dossier, what is the investment, what's the opportunity, and what is the return on investment possible. And this is where the whole game changes for investors looking at which country to go and how to initiate businesses there. And Las Vegas, I think, is a great opportunity. It's a great, attractive destination to get our delegations going there. And we already got some level of connection in terms of, I mean, clarity in terms of where we can go with this. But I also require, because I'm also in talks with some of the investment bankers, and they require this, and we can really, articulate and improve the conversations in a way that the informations that we give are decision-making information, which means we will really be able to strike a great resonance with the opportunity that is being showcased. Thanks, Patty. I will come back. I'll circle back again after some time.
Sure, and I think Manu's going to respond on that one. Manu, what would you like to share a little bit more?
So, Patty, one thing I would like to add, what Shankar said, it's a brilliant summit and a brilliant platform where technology is blending. So, one good insight or an opportunity for our viewers is that we have to look Africa as a continent where the consumerism is evolving. And what do I mean by consumerism is that a lot of these projects, when we are talking about infra, energy, power, and we spoke about the Belt Road initiatives, all these are leading towards the industrialization of that corridor. Now, when the industrialization happens, it brings the investment. And our dear friend Shankar is really working hard to get those private investment bankers there on that platform. But this consumerism leads to a lot of enhancement in the purchasing power, which we see will improve over the period of time. So, what development the other countries would have experienced in 15 years or 20 years, Africa is a continent of 54 countries put together, and even now being a part of the global G20 initiative, G21 initiative now, and with the G21 happening in South Africa 2 years from now, this consumerism and the ability of the consumer to spend money will improve over the period of time, which means that this platform and the summit provides a brilliant initiative for the investors to get into the African market now. So, as we say, the time is now, and the timing is right, where they want to get into their investments, whether it is in the lines of medical infrastructure, whether it is into the lines of hospitality segment, apart from the state infrastructure development that will keep on happening with various initiatives coming from government. Like a lot of telecom operators from Africa are already talking about adopting 5G, which means that they're already talking about amalgamation with machine learning, data analytics, and AI. So this way, the opportunity is pretty apt, and getting it positioned from Vegas, where we say that, oh, it's the American country, the American market, where the investors would feel more secured. They will feel more, I would say, that their investments are going right on those specific projects, which delivers for the betterment of the society, for the economic situation, even various segments, whatever we want to cover, whether it's mining, we spoke about health, we spoke about infrastructure. All these segments will see multifolds growth in 1/3 of the time what other countries like India, China, European markets have experienced over the period of time. So the timing is right now for the investors sitting across the various platforms, and it's a good opportunity for all our viewers to understand it, explore these projects which are very much well mentioned on the website. They should pick and choose their selective projects. They should identify the RRR and the ROI coming onto their projects, and should jump on with this investment through this summit as a brilliant platform in the coming month.
Thank you for that. And the proof is always in the pudding. And we're happy that we now have access to see more and validate more. So thank you for that, Seth. We're going to go to a commercial break. We'll be right back as we wrap it up. And thank you for joining us here for the Africa Investment Expo Roundtable.
Did you know that at least half of the world's population still does not have access to essential health services? One of the biggest problems in developing countries is the lack of medical monitoring devices. We have a solution. Kipuwex. Kipuwex is an easily attachable, lightweight IOMT device which continuously measures all the clinically relevant biomarkers vital to the assessment of your health. Kipuwex uses smart algorithms to provide efficiently reliable measurements for healthcare professionals. The biomarkers can be monitored remotely, anywhere and at any time, with a mobile and web application. Kipuwex is not limited by physical infrastructure and is suitable for professional use and in the future for home users as well. A simple user interface will let you choose which biomarkers you want to view and displays them on easy-to-read graphs. We here at Kipuwex want to combat healthcare inequality and help millions of people around the world.
Did you ever miss someone who has passed away? Now there's Miss You Gram app, giving people a brand new way to tribute the lives of deceased loved ones, or simply remember tender memories. This exclusive app is a user-friendly social media platform, giving people everywhere a respectable and comfortable place to create private or public memoriams. Miss You Gram has additional features like chat rooms and links to deceased databases and inspirational quotes. Users can also comment and connect on public posts. Join us and keep memories alive forever. Everyone wants to be remembered. For more details and download on the Google Play or Apple App Store, visit miss-u-gram.com.
Thank you once again for joining us here. We're here at the round table for the Africa Investment Expo. We are going to be holding a hybrid event. We're hosting it live from Nevada, and this is an annual event that will be in Las Vegas, Nevada in November. We are here with Dr. David Douglas, a leadership forum, and so many partners. I am Patty from New York. I am with the United States Presidential Services Center, one of the amazing partners here with the Dr. David Douglas Leadership Forum for the Africa Investment Network. And we're at a round table. We're going to have some closing words with Dr. David Douglas. Dr. David Douglas, today we talked about a lot of things. We talked about solar, oil, gas, energy. We have real estate. We've got agriculture, we've got tourism. We have a lot of things going on. We can't cram it all into 1 hour. That's why we're having an expo. But the mic is yours. Over to you, Dr. David.
Thank you very much, Patty. I want to say this. When we started this, a lot of questions were coming in through me privately, and few people asking to know why they should invest in Africa, and then asking in which areas they should invest in. And using this last minute, I quickly will want to address those questions for our viewers. So why one should invest in Africa? And this is the question that keeps coming most. I will address this by saying investing in Africa can offer numerous potential benefits and opportunities for individuals, businesses, and government alike, whilst every investment decision carries the risk, we know. Africa presents several compelling reasons why it may be an attractive investment destination for everybody. To add to that, Africa is rich in natural resources, which we all know, including mineral, oil and gas, which we're talking about today, technology and agriculture. These resources can offer significant investment opportunities in industries such as mining, energy, and agriculture, growing population. Agriculture, yes. Yeah. Africa has a young and rapidly growing population. To address the second question that come in also, which a viewer is asking, areas that they must invest. And I want to also use this opportunity to address that. Um, Africa is blessed with natural resources, which we already know. Africa is rich in natural resources, including mineral, oil and gas, and agriculture. These resources can offer significant investment opportunities in industries, that anybody who is interested in mining, energy, and agriculture, these natural resources are there for you to look at and do your investment in. Secondly, Africa is a growing population. It's a young and rapidly growing population. By 2050, it is projected to be home to approximately 2.5 billion people. And this expanding consumer base can drive demand for various goods and services, creating investment prospects in sectors like retail, healthcare, and education. The third thing I will also address for investors who are interested in Africa, and the reason why they should be investing in Africa, is urbanization and infrastructure development. As African economies continue to grow, we all know there is a demand for improved infrastructure, including road, bridges, ports, and utilities. Investment in these areas also can lead to long-term benefits and potential terms. And the fourth things that I want to also address to our viewers this afternoon is economic growth and emerging markets. Several African countries have been experiencing significant economic growth rate in recent years, outpacing some more established economics. And this trend creates opportunity for investors to tap into emerging markets and capitalize on the continent potential. And talking about trade and investment, on tap consumer markets, technology and advancement, agriculture potential, and government, inactive. There are a lot of things that we can talk about, but because of time, I will limit it to this one. So if you are watching us this afternoon and you have interest in investing in Africa, but do not know which areas to invest in, we are here. The reason for us to create this platform is to be able to merge businesses between Africa and the world together, where we have a platform. I said this thing last week when we were here. Gone are the days that when they mention Africa, there is a different name that comes by it. But we have good people these days. And one of them we have on this platform, Mr. Kojo Mata, being here with us, which everybody can find out about him. A man who respects himself and who has been in the financial space for a very long time, for over 28 years. And talking of Chief Andani, who globally has been recognized for the great work that he has done in growing Stanbic Bank in Ghana and Africa. So these are people that if you can think of anybody or any organization, I will encourage you that being on this platform with us, we have people who are reliable, people who are trustworthy for you to connect with if you have to connect with us in Las Vegas for this Africa Investment Expo. And this is the platform that we are creating, which will be unique from any other platform that might be created by any African businessman or a woman that you might fall prey into their businesses in time past. But we are here and we are telling you we are the platform that you can trust. We are the platform that if you want to do investment, you can look into, and we are ready at any given time to give you a response to anything that you want to know about Africa in terms of investment. Thank you very much, Patty.
Thank you so much. And again, thank you for joining us. There's so much more to it. And if you want to know the incentives, well, you're just going to have to come to the expo. Thank you again for joining us. And this is the David Douglas Leadership Forum, highlighting the Africa Investment Network, a worldwide roundtable. We'll see you on November 8th, and we'll be back next week to talk a little bit more. Talk to you soon. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Marty Mongello, and hosting you one more time here at the United States Presidential Culinary Museum for Inside the President's Cabinet. I'm continuing to show you what we do with China, cookery, and food, as well as growing and planting at Camp David and the White House, all to prevent poisoning, nuclear, chemical, and biological attack, as well as bugging, spying, and tapping, and walking these grand halls loaded with artifacts and antiques. I've got hundreds of stories about the guests we cooked for and who slept over, and who broke a bed, and who wasn't invited or even lied to, and as one of the only few who ever managed a Camp David resort and conference center, as well as being a White House chef, butler, housekeeper, and bartender, I'll show you the hidden retreat to President's Fishstadt, rode horses, enjoy rock climbing, and paintball in the woods. Now, training for nuclear blast, war, and launch as part of my military duties at times, I showcase other elements of presidential service, like Air Force One, Marine One, the presidential yachts and rail cars, and what it's like to be a chief inside of the nuclear bunker of Orange One. I'm Marty Mongello, and this is Inside the President's Cabinet.